Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace. I received a package in the mail, a package of LaserDiscs, which I have already opened. It took me quite a while too, because there's a lot of tape that was used to close it. Handle with care. Okay. Earlier he had sent me, this collector in England, I'll put a link down there to his channel, had sent me part 1, or episode 1 of an OVA. And this is it. Not quite sure how to pronounce it, however. Anyway, this had, he explained to me that the way they sell box sets in Japan is different than the way they do here. Here, you buy a box set, such as this one that he sent me, and it'll only have one disc in it. And the rest of the box will be empty. And then you go and buy the rest of the discs individually as you can. Which makes sense because for the longest time I couldn't figure out why this one was so much cheaper than the rest in the series were. This is only 1,900 yen. That is cheap. Most LaserDiscs, or they were at least 4,400 yen. Most were in the 60 yen range. This is the box that he sent me. It's for the same series, and he picked up where he left off as far as volumes is concerned. I'm going to toss this box. No. Get rid of that pop-up screen though. Put that over here. Now, all of these discs came complete with the OB strips, except for the first one. And I'm wondering if this might be because it may not have had one if when you bought this thing, all it had in it was the one disc. At any rate, this one is 6,600 yen, so it might not be the case, but anyway. No OB strip. That's actually sideways. It should go like this. Now, as the case with all the others in the series, I've already gone to the LaserDisc database, by the way, and entered these in. I try to do that so that if a release has been flagged by other users of the database as having laser rot or whatever, I can relay that information to everybody. None of these discs have been flagged for having any defects, so that's cool. Each of these comes with a 4-page color insert, which was the case with the ones he'd already sent me. This is number 7. Volume 1, by the way, after the episode, had interviews with the creator of the series and the voice actors, which I thought was cool. It's all in Japanese, but I thought it was cool. I don't know how much of these are going to be taken up with content. Actual anime may have interviews on these too. I don't know. The running time on this one is 98 minutes. It's in CLV. Has digital audio and analog audio tracks as well, which are CX noise reduction encoded. Catalog number KILA9347. Each one of these discs that he sent me were published by Star Child and manufactured in Japan by Mitsubishi. I already have a number of Mitsubishi discs. They made discs for the American market as well as the Japanese market. In fact, one thing I've noticed is while all of the American pressing plants made LaserDiscs for the U.S. market, I haven't found any for other markets that were made in the U.S. However, quite a few Japanese releases back that up. Quite a few American releases that were made in Japan. So the American market relied on all of the American plants plus some of the Japanese plants. And Mitsubishi is one of the plants that has in the past manufactured LaserDiscs for the American market. Styles of Obi strip can vary. This one has what is known as a side folding Obi strip, and it feels and looks very much like wax paper, although it might be rice paper, I don't know. But in addition to side folding, you also have those that fold on top and also those that wrap around and stay attached. You can slide them around, but I can't remember if I said this or not. While the American market used all of the American facilities and many of the Japanese facilities, and even facilities in England and Austria to manufacture their discs, so far, and I have close to 50 LaserDiscs that were released in Japan. All of the Japanese released LaserDiscs that I have were made in Japan. Another 4-page color insert. And I have found a number of manufacturing facilities in Japan with extremely low defect rates. Mitsubishi is one. I only have a few that were made by I can't think of the name of the company now, but it'll come to me. I have many that were made by CrunchyRoll, who also made discs for the American market, and they were very good. Pioneer's Japanese plant would occasionally have problems with defects, as was the case with their American plant. Sony's Japanese plant seems to have been better, and I haven't had any defective LaserDiscs from their Austrian plant, but their Sony's US plant just was appallingly bad, at least beginning in the mid-90s. Okay, this is number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Sorry, I fell into some John Lennon there. And these volumes have a lot of chapter marks. For example, this one is on 2 sides, 98 minutes, and has 48 chapter marks, which is not bad. I've got some discs that run that long that only have 4 or 5. Put that down there. There. Next up we have Volume 10. And it might be just me, but I think the Japanese releases have cooler jackets than the American releases. They go for wider range of kinds of art and so forth. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've already played part 1 for getting this package, and it seems to be pretty good. It's only in Japanese, so I'm following it the best I can. But the picture quality is stunning. Now, as is the case with all the anime that I buy, I usually watch these on the Pioneer LDV 8000. That's my high-end industrial model. I play discs on it because A, it has digital effects. In fact, Watcher3223 told me that it has the best video frame buffer of any other model. But I also use it because it has the fastest seek time of any model. It will go from the first frame of a side to the last frame of a side in 1 second flat. And when he told me that, I said, you gotta be kidding. But I tried it, and sure enough, time after time, bam. I even tried, okay, frame 196 to frame 19,452, go. There. Only thing is, the LDV 8000 is heavy. And my particular unit came out of a flight simulator. However, it was also used, that model, at theme parks like at Disney World for some of their attractions. Okay, this is number 11. Oops. As I mentioned earlier, I've entered all of these in the LaserDisc database. These were already in there, but the entries are what I refer to as placeholder entries, because all they had were the title and the publisher, and that was it. Everything else, question marks, number of sides, question marks, number of chapters, question mark, publisher, question mark, manufacturer, question mark, everything a question mark. So I went in and updated all those. Of course, he vets everything. The guy that moderates the LaserDisc database, he verifies every single entry that's added. A few of these also came with a registration card, but I'm not bothering showing them. You've seen one registration card, you've seen them all, I guess. Okay. Remember, if you want to check out the channel for the guy that sent these to me, I'm putting the link down there, and I'm also going to put a link down there to the site where I usually buy most of my Japanese LaserDiscs, and I'll also put in links for 2 awesome sites for if you want to find information on anime, manga, or watch for free anime. So I'm going to put that there. Until next time, stay awesome.